What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
I unmuted you. I wanted to give you an opportunity to respond to what I just said.
I don't think that it's over. I think that if you know, I still have the opportunity. I think that one day I could very well be married again. Um, Understandable that it from your point of view, for him to leave like that, it must have been something very wrong. I think he needed to find himself. But I'm not saying that I was perfect because I wasn't. I'm not
When you
saying that
say you
I
still have
didn't have
opportunity,
any
when you say
faults.
you still have opportunity, you have a man of value vetting you to be his wife right now.
No, I'm just now getting
Oh,
back on the dating market.
okay. So, how long were you married?
9 years,
Mhm. So, how long were you seeing your husband before you were married?
2 years,
So, 11 years. How long were you with the so-called alpha male?
about a year.
Uh-huh. So, 39. So, for the last 11 years, you've been with a man. You ain't dated. You don't have any idea what's really waiting for you out there.
No, I don't.
Well, I got news for you. I'm not just talking out of the side of my neck. You can believe what you want to, but there's a reason 20,000 people show up to this show night in and night out. So you can be as certain as you want. The issue is in your mirror. And I'm even more convinced, based upon after everything I said, you went immediately to he needs to get himself together. You're a divorcee of two children, daughters or sons.
One daughter, one son.
Most men do not want to raise another man's children, much less a daughter. Most men are not looking to be stepfathers. And my question is have you sat down and understood what you did that could have been done better? Where's your accountability?
I do believe that there are things that I could have done differently.
Well, what was my question? What was my question?
Which question?
Have you sat have you had therapy?
Yes, I have.
Have you sat down? How long are you still currently in therapy?
No, I'm not.
Was it religious therapy? Was it spiritual counseling, or was it actual clinician?
It was Christian based, but it was a clinician. It
Okay.
was not at church.
How long and was this couples counseling? Was it individual?
It started as couples and
Hmm.
then individual.
How long did the individual last?
8 months.
So you started out with Christian counseling. So you found it through the church?
No,
Okay. So when you say it was
there's
Christian,
a system of Christian based counseling here in Texas, and so
yeah, like
I
divorce
picked a
care?
therapist. No, it
Okay.
wasn't through church.
Okay. All right. And how long so you and the therapist sat down, and what were some of the issues that you and the therapist said was animating some of your issues?
Um, my childhood, the way I was raised,
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely learn to. Well, I feel that I have learned to talk to others better. I don't necessarily have to be as direct. I could, issue it with a spoonful of sugar. I don't have to be so blunt. Tone matters.
What about those issues from childhood?
I just the fact that I believe that I saw my mother as a strong black woman raise 4 children and do it all by herself, whether she had to work 3 jobs
What makes her what makes her
or
a
what.
strong black? What makes her a strong black
Because because she didn't give up on us. She gave us everything that she had, and
woman?
she sacrificed herself.
How many different fathers?
One, we all have the same father.
Is he alive?
Yes.
Were they married?
For a short period, yes,
Do you have a relationship with your father?
I do.
Have you ever got his side of the story from his mouth?
Yes.
What kind of father was he?
Absence, in jail and out of jail most of our lives.
For what reason?
Um, Drugs, alcohol, domestic violence.
But he had a history of mental illness.
Even now, my siblings and I take turns having him live with us
But
sometimes. I mean,
but I'm just saying, drugs and alcohol are mental illness. It's mental health.
it's undiagnosed, but yes, he's still an alcoholic to this day.
Okay. So, as someone who's done a lot of work with alcoholics and addicts, understand it doesn't make it any easier. But your mother and father weren't married. She was a strong black woman because she was.
Well, they were divorced.
But did she have all the kids in marriage or out of marriage?
My youngest brother in marriage. Me and my oldest 2 sisters out of marriage.
So she divorced. She divorced your father and still made kids with him.
No, we're older. My brother's the
Oh,
youngest.
so that you guys came before the marriage.
Yes.
All right. See, that's a
And they were
lot.
teen. My mom had us as teenagers,
That's a
as a
and
teenager.
one of my point is, ma'am, that's a lot of stuff to think you worked through in 8 months. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. And my point was, we approach therapy like a slight tune-up, like an oil change. What you just gave me in 5 minutes is at least 4 years of work. Four intensive work, not 8 months. Alcohol, drugs, jail, abandonment, anxiety, single parent, and I mean divorce, abuse. You can't get then your relationship, your marriage, your parenting, your issues. That's not 8 months. You make any do you make room for that being a possibility?
To go back to counseling?
That it's not going to be 8 months. Why would it be over in 8 months? Why quit after 8 months if all that's there?
Well, I've actually planned to go back. Um,
Hmm.
I want to have a therapist that can identify more with me as a black woman. Kevin, don't drop your head like that because I felt like you were when I said it, which is why I was hesitant to say it. Um,
Because black women, I look, I've heard this so much from black women. You guys are the most difficult group of people to help because it has to line up perfectly. I don't want therapy. I don't want this. I don't want medication. It needs to be this. It can't be that. It needs to be Christian and it needs to be a black person. Ma'am, you're in crisis.
No, I went to a white woman. She helped me.
My point, and my point was 8 months, and you ended it. Why?
It was the scheduling, but I believe I am going to go back.
Wait a minute.
No, 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 no.
Wait a minute. What was wrong with the scheduling?
We I had a set appointment every week, same day, and then it changed for her, and I we couldn't find a time that worked for both of us, and it just kind of like rolled into the.
You're the boss.
I am.
You're in charge. You find a
I
time that
am.
works for her, and you carry your ass over there to her.
Okay, Kevin.
I'm just saying, ma'am. My point is, that's what that perfection thing. Her schedule. So, and what I think is more likely to happen. Well, I think I'm good. I got the outlines of what's going on. I kind of understand what's going on. All right, your time doesn't work. I really ain't feeling this. I'm gonna go find me a black woman who fits me a little bit better or whatever, whatever. When you need to be, that's wasted time. So this has actually been a very insightful call because this is part of the issues with our women. You're, and I'm going to say this the nicest way I can. Black women are so hard to help. You're so hard to help. And part of it is that strong black woman bullshit. It is one of the most counterproductive things I think that have ever been uttered to a community. Because I have never, ever met, personally met, a strong black woman who's led a happy, healthy, productive, fulfilling, enviable, admirable life. Usually,
It's
when I hear
hard.
a strong black woman, it's draped and dripped out in misery. Here comes Waiting to Exhale, Color Purple, and Mister. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but I'm not miserable, Kevin.
I
But
didn't.
I can
I
understand.
didn't
I
say
understand where you're coming from, though. I hear what you're saying. I get it.
strong black woman does not help our women because y'all are so used to being strong. You don't know how to be soft. You don't know how to be helped. You don't
You're right.
like being helped. When it gets too close or too real, y'all run.
It's not that we don't like being helped, Kevin. It's that we're afraid.
Well, and and,
We have the weight of the world on
and
our
whatever it
shoulders.
is, and let's just say it is okay. But here's the thing: you ladies are gonna need to start telling this to each other so y'all can drop this strong shit and start dealing with the fear, because that is what motivates far too many of our women: fear, and the fear is keeping you alone. Because can you tell me that you know many women who even in their relationships they were happy?
I was happy.
I said, can you tell me you know many women in their relationships that were
No.
happy? Black women, I'm gonna tell you right now, life is not about misery. Relationships are supposed to be a source of, yes, duty, honor, respect, but they're also supposed to be a place of enjoyment, happy, fond memories. That's, but we have turned it upside down and inside out, and the fear has to get under control. And you can't just do it on your own. That's why I'm such a proponent for therapy. and it's not something you address like that. So I got a couple more people in here we're going to bring in, but that was actually good interaction. I think that was, some folks probably don't get it. All right, iPhone, let's go. Thank you, ma'am. Go back to counseling. Go
Okay,
back to
Kevin.
counseling.
I'm going back to counseling, Kevin.
Good. All right now. Good night, counselor.
Hello.
Hello. What's your first name?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Asia?
Okay. Asia, how old are you?
Yes.
Uh,
26.
All right. So, domestic or stray, what do we got?
Honestly, I think stray, I would say.
You have any children?
No, I don't.
You want to be married?
Yes, I do.
All right. So, what's going on?
Well, I kind of been single for 26 years.
26.
Yeah.
26.
So
You haven't dated
I
anybody in 26 years?
did I have dated before. It never goes anywhere a lot of times. Uh, the guy wants something and that's not the same thing that I want. So
Well, I mean, as
I'd
long as
say
you've ever
no.
dated.
One date. the
One date?
Not even multiple. Yeah.
What do you mean he wants something that you don't want? How can you know that in one date?
Well, it's usually sexual. The conversation turns sexual before
Are you a
I
virgin?
even get there. Oh no, not at all. I'm not.
Hold
We
on,
can have a
hold
good
on,
sexual
hold on.
conversation.
Pump the bump, pump, 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 pump the brakes. The conversation, you're not a virgin,
No.
but the conversation turns sexual.
Yes.
Let me get on the camera on my phone. You do realize, you do happen to realize that you should not be going out with a man on date one if you are not sexually attracted to him. You do realize that, right?
Yes.
All right. So, the, why do men date?
To find someone, of course, that they're attracted to and to be with.
Dating equals porking. Men date for sex. Okay?
Gotcha.
So, it's not as natural and normal if you're going out with somebody you're sexually attracted to, and presumably he's sexually attracted to you, that the subject of sex comes up on date one.
Which
Unless
is
you're going,
understandable.
okay. So why does it not get to take date two?
So even if it does get sexual, I don't mind that. We can continue that. But if that's all you want and you can't hold a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you base a conversation off of.
Okay. I often hear women say this, that you don't, that men seem to only want sex, and that's a problem. I said it earlier, right?
Mhm.
But I'm gonna flip it up. Have you ever made, you ladies need to make room for the possibility that's all men perceive that you actually bring to the table?
I mean, when I talk to older gentlemen, it's a lot different. The conversations are a lot better, but guys my age, that's where the conversation ends.
Well, but the point I'm saying is men talk about sex. See, it's always like a negative on the guy. And if you can't get past date two, for how many, for multiple guys, the problem is not the guys.
Yeah. I mean, but that's also what I'm trying to figure out. So I've been working on myself 26
Okay.
years. So I haven't just been doing nothing the
I didn't say
entire
you were.
time.
I'm saying that this is a common refrain in modern dating. The guys seem to just be sex, sex, sex. Well, if you look on what's the modern woman really selling today? Do most women sell femininity? No. Do they sell wifely skills like being able to be a good homemaker, a cook, a good keeper of a home, a good mother, a good raiser of children? No, most women are selling sex. Long eyelashes, weave, long fingernails, overly sexualized. That's what most women are selling. So you can't be mad that that's what men are buying.
Yeah, but I'm not the same as every other woman.
I
Of course,
get it.
we have to go based off of the majority.
So what do you think the problem is? The reason you can't get to date too? If wanting to have sex is not a problem.
Well, me personally, I recently went on a date 2 weeks ago with a guy.
Mm-hmm.
The date went very well, but it got to a point where he wanted to see me like my next day off, and I was okay with that. But then he was like, "Yeah, I want you to be my other half, and we can just And this is after the first date. He's like,
Poly
you know,
relationship of some sort.
huh?
He wants you to meet his other half.
Yeah, his other half.
So another woman.
I, I believe so.
Okay. And
So with that, and I was like, let's slow it down a bit. Let's at least go on a second date, but I'm willing to get to know you indefinitely. And even then, he was still pushing, like, okay, I want to see you tonight, and it just got even faster and faster. And I'm like,
where are you
I think
meeting
we
these
should slow
people?
it down.
Where are you meeting these people?
Uh, a lot of times online
Thank
dating.
you, man. Look, man.
I know.
Look. Okay, you're going online and you're lamenting a hookup culture, and that's what online dating
Okay, it
is.
is
There can't
in
be
my
more
area.
information. I don't want to hear about your area. There's human beings everywhere. It's
I guess I
easy.
was gonna say I haven't been able to find the guys that you know I prefer in my area.
What do you mean? The guys you prefer
So
meaning
like
what?
I guess the guys the people around me have a certain kind of mindset, and
Guys you prefer meaning what?
you know
Guys you prefer
they're okay
meaning
with
what?
not becoming educated, not wanting more, not moving up in their jobs, not they don't have any motivation.
Okay.
And even I do,
All
go
right. Hold on.
out
Hold on. What
into the
state are you
world and
in?
meet.
What state are you in?
I'm in New York.
What New York City?
No, upstate New York, capital.
Albany?
Yeah.
Man, come on. I can't meet a guy who wants to a professional in Albany.
I've tried, and even in person, it just okay. I can say for a long time it was about my self image, but
Yeah.
I recently realized that I do have to take, of course, better care of myself if I
Oh,
want to
right.
attract certain kind
Thank
of
you.
guys.
There we go. How
So
tall are
I
you?
have
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
I am 220.
Your dress size?
Uh, mm, um, I'm between size. Certain areas don't fit in dresses, so I'm between sizes, so I don't really have a dress size. Yeah, I guess large. It's not.
All right. So the
But
reality is, ma'am, let's be realistic here. The kind of men you want are kind of men most women want upwardly mobile, progressive guys, educated guys.
yeah,
They don't tend to want
of course.
women who are your height, your weight.
I know, and I was
So,
260.
so,
I was
so, so,
260 just three
so,
months ago.
so, the problem's not the men. The problem is you're relegated by your SMV to dealing with
Mhm.
a lower caliber guy. And online dating, sexual experiences, come on. If we flip the script and had a man with low value status, he would have
Mhm.
some of the similar experiences. You can't meet somebody in public. Well, no, because the first thing in public, what do men do? They see the physical. If you were going to say you were 260, well, why is that important? Because you can't start with the problem is the men. The problem is always with us as people in the mirror.
Well,
What
I didn't say the problem was the men. I was saying that the problem is apparently I've been too picky with the guys.
you've been too picky?
I guess so. Yeah, I would assume I've been told I'm picky. Me personally, I don't think so. I
You get
honestly
told you were
just
picky
would
by
like
whom?
by friends,
Female
mainly
friends?
female friends, yes.
Huh. You're too picky because you want what?
A guy who respects me, who's
Hmm.
just simple things. I just want decent human compassion, I guess.
How can you determine all this in one date?
Well, of course, I talk to these guys. We just don't go on one date at first, and I would
So they
like to,
disrespect you?
yes, in certain ways.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This has been one of the strangest calls I've ever had. A woman who self-admittedly can't get past date one, who's not a virgin, who's presumably has sex, has even talked about being open to a threesome. But uh,
Oh no, when I say his other half, he meant like other half of himself, not like. But he was trying to.
I said other
uh
half. I was
the
very
first
clear
day we
about a
met.
woman. When I said other half, I said his wife or whatever. That's what somebody means. The other
Oh no,
half.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. No, the he said his other half. He's like, oh, let's go on a vacation and stuff,
All
and
right.
he was
Okay.
just kind of
Okay.
looping.
Okay. All right. Moving too fast. Mm-hmm. All righty, ma'am. Um, I'm confused, and when I start to get confused, my bullshit meter goes off. Bottom line, uh, the kind of man you want something. Okay.
That's understandable. I mean, everyone
And
wants something.
the kind of man you want something. If you're too picky, fine. Ask yourself the question: are you what they would pick?
I mean,
Are you what they would pick?
I should be. I'm a great person. I know maybe outwardly.
Great person presumes that's bullshit. We don't pick people because they're great people. Are you what they would pick?
Yes, if they got to know me.
Yeah. See how we do that? See how they can't get honest with each other? They got to know you. That'd be like a guy saying, if you got to know me, it doesn't matter. I make $40,000. I'm a great man.
I mean, well, when other people tell you you have great qualities and you would be a
Yeah,
good person for anybody,
women tell you this.
women, other
Yeah,
men, I
women,
do
women
have
aren't
male
dating. Women
friends.
aren't dating you. Women aren't dating you. And men often tell you things to make your feelings feel better. I'm just going to be hardcore now, man, because you're not dealing
Okay.
with reality. 26 years old?
Yes,
26? You're way too much.
I know that.
Well, then you gotta move like it. You weigh twice as much as if you were 160 pounds, you weigh twice as much as you should. If you're 120 pounds, 220 pounds, it's still too big. And the problem
Yeah.
is, if you online dating is crap for everybody. So if you're relegated to online dating, you're already fishing in a garbage can. And if you can't meet the kind of men in person, it's because you're not their SMV. So saying that
Okay.
you be nice, such and so forth, that's not how men's minds work. So y'all can cut all this foolishness out. Drop the weight, get in shape, get out there and make a better case for yourself.
And that's all it takes, just lose some weight and
I don't know if that's all it takes, but that's where it starts. You want guarantees, ma'am? Here's the guarantee. Keep doing this. See how's this going?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rat. You name it.
I get tired of y'all asking, is that all it takes? Like, y'all want guarantees. It's the sexual marketplace. It is blood sport. It's blood sport. It's kill or be killed. All
Okay,
is
so
fair in love and war, right?
mm,
Then get
it's
out there and
true.
get competitive. Right now, you're not at your fighting weight, unless the fight is sumo.
I gotcha. All right.
This phone call shows us something way bigger than just dating problems. It's about what happens when what you say you want doesn't match what you actually do. Asia says she's been single for 26 years, but then she also says she's not a virgin and has been dating people. Her story doesn't make sense here. She says she's really picky about guys, right? But then she admits she can't even get a second date with anyone. If you're so picky, why can't you get past one date? Something's definitely not adding up. Kevin didn't attack her as a person. He just pointed out something that nobody wants to talk about. Your life shows what choices you make, not what you feel inside, just what actually happens in real life. When the exact same thing keeps happening again and again, you need to look at what's the same every time. Different guys keep leaving after one date. This keeps happening over and over. At some point, you have to ask yourself, what's really going on? She also complained that guys today don't have goals or work hard. But what about checking yourself first? When Kevin asked about her weight, she totally avoided the question. When he asked if she's the type of girl that successful guys would actually pick, she gave weird answers and talked about what her girlfriends tell her. Here's the reality check though. Guys don't pick girlfriends based on what your friends think about you. They pick based on what they actually see and what matters to them. That's where everything goes wrong. Dating is basically a competition. That's just how it is. People judge you based on how you look, how you act, your vibe, your energy. You can't just skip all that and expect someone to magically see the real you inside. So what should you actually do? Stop just talking about wanting better. Actually do something about it. Be real about where you are right now. Work on the stuff you can actually change. Stop making excuses. Be honest about what you actually bring to someone's life. The big question is this: is she being real about her situation, or is she just lying to herself? What do you think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like this video if it made you think. And subscribe for more real talk about dating and relationships. I'll see you in the next one.
Hi,
Your first name?
my first name is Ryan.
All right. What do you got for me? Domestic or stray?
Am I domestic or stray?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a stray. But
All right.
to answer your question,
Are you married?
no, I'm not.
Any children?
No children.
How old are you?
I'll be 34 this year.
Okay, go ahead.
As far as can a stray be domesticated, I'm going to say yes, because any woman that wants to be anything for any man can change her ways. It doesn't matter about her past. I feel like if she's driven enough to be the traditional woman or the woman that the man expects her to be, that she definitely can.
Well, I'm going to challenge that.
I know I'm a very like inquisitive person, so
Well, but if what you say is true, then why are so many women unmarried, unhappy, and alone?
I think it's because people don't understand their mate's love language. Like, I think
You
that
got no,
things,
hold on. Before you get a mate, you got to get a date.
right?
You got to get a date before you can get a mate.
Absolutely.
So you're saying that women can change anything they want to. Then why aren't they doing it?
I just don't think that they're seeing enough candidates who, I mean, women want, faithful men, the majority of them. Some of them will accept,
Hold on.
that men
See,
are
notice,
dogs.
notice how when I asked a question about why the women aren't getting what they get, you automatically go to blaming random men. The women want faithful men. You got to get a man before you can worry about faithfulness. And 70, and even in our stats, 72% of black men are admit to being faithful, just like 76% of black women. Can we stick to the majority of people, please?
Okay. I think it's because they're not willing to do the work because they may feel like, oh, I'm lowering my standards or I'm being something that I don't want to be. And maybe that's why.
Then that contradicts what you just said. You said if a woman wants to, she can change herself for anybody, but then what
Yeah,
they're not doing.
that's
So,
the main word that I'm using. They have to have, have the willpower to want to do that.
oh, okay. And then it's funny that when they don't want to do it, it's because something they're lowering their standards. They're the one that's single.
I'm just speaking from a general standpoint in
I
terms of,
get it, but the standpoint still, your standpoint empowers women and gives them no fault or accountability for their outcomes.
I disagree.
Really? I asked you why aren't they getting what they want? Well, they could feel like they're lowering their standards. That's a positive or a negative for a woman.
To lower your standards.
Mm-hmm. The implication is they're high. The implication is they have more worth.
No, I'm not implying that by any means.
Well,
I'm just,
lowering your standard means that it's an unbalanced deal.
yes.
Okay, use whatever word you want. It's not an equal exchange. Who does
Okay.
more complaining about relationships today, men or women?
I would have to say women. I
Please
mean, that's
explain.
just in my daily life what I hear,
But that's my
majority.
point, though. That's my point. And if women could do all these things, and and they don't want to lower their value, then why can't a woman get a man that's? Why can't women get the outcomes you say they're capable of getting?
Because I think they're reaching for guys that are kind of out of their league because they don't want to take their appearance seriously. They don't care if they're overweight or underweight. I mean, the mentality is everybody wants just accept me for who I am, which is not good, but that's the reality. And it is
So,
sad.
but according to what you said at the beginning, women can do whatever they set their mind to.
Absolutely, if they want to. If they want to be a traditional woman
Right.
for whomever the man that they're seeking
Do
out,
you really
they're
believe
going to
that?
adjust.
You really believe that?
That people can
Well,
change.
so
Yes, I
you
do.
mean no, that women can do whatever they want if they set their mind to it. Let me challenge that. So if a man wanted to be, so you believe that men are equally as capable of getting whatever they set their mind to, 100%.
I think everyone, either sex, is capable of reaching whatever it is that they set out to do. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No.
And you disagree with that? Okay, well, tell me why.
Well, because I mean, how old are you again?
I'll be 34.
Because I live in reality. Life has limitations. Life is about trade-offs and choices. And in your world, your construction, that people are only limited by the extent of what they're willing to do and whatever. If I wanted to run a 4.240, there is no way I can do it no matter how I set my mind. I am limited.
How do you feel? How do you feel that you're limited if there's always,
Because I cannot physically run a 4.240 at 52 years old.
no matter how hard you trained?
No.
Okay.
And tell me how in your world it's possible.
Like I said, if people put the work in, whether if that's counseling or self-educating,
So
or
people can break, and this is what I mean, and this is part of the problem. You ladies keep this delusion that anything is possible as long as you're willing to wish upon a star and do the work. And I just gave you a 4-2-40 is world class sprint time. And you're really asking me, well, you mean you can't? Are you serious?
Well, yes, I'm serious and sorry that you think that I shouldn't be, but that's why I'm calling
I'm
you
understanding
again.
but I'm trying to understand why you think that's possible.
Because I'm just a believer in people, I guess.
And
Which is
people have
probably naive.
limitations. So because you believe in people, they can defy physics, they can defy age. A 4-2-40. So if I wanted to run a 9-second 100-yard dash, I could do that.
I think that you could, but okay, let me ask can I
Holy
ask a question?
shit.
Can I ask a question?
Did y'all believe shame, insults, guilt, and this is the big end right there, people. The need to be right. This woman just said that I asked, could I run a 9-second 100-yard dash? And she says, I believe you could. You can ask the question. You certainly can. Clip it, put it on World Star.
I'm sorry?
I'll make you famous.
Go ahead, ask a question.
So if a man has been a dog in his relationship or his marriage, and he has some sort of revelation or what have you, wants to gain his wife or woman's trust, you mean to tell me he can't change from being a dog that he once was from his past?
Number one, we're talking about women. Number two, yes, you can choose to not continue to have sex with other people because that's a choice. But that and running a 9-second 100-yard dash aren't even close to being in the same universe. One is simply a choice to exercise sexual discipline. The other is breaking the laws of physics.
Okay. Your point is clear.
Okie dokie. Why did I let that go on? Because it is a perfect example of what is wrong in so many Western cultures today. We have given women so much incentive to believe fantasy and fairy tale that if you want it, you can do it. There are no limitations to where even in the face of physical reality, verifiable physical reality, it's still possible. How do my critics and my detractors, how do you expect men to adequately partner, couple with, and family plan with So guys, just wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Big Shirley. Big Shirley, guess what? I see you, Aisha, your microphone's not connected. Big Shirley. All you have to do is wish upon a star. Makes no difference who you are. You can get into that bikini. Yes, that two-piece. Not a Popeyes two-piece, but that two-piece. You can get there. Yes. You can even get that navel ring. Ah ha ha. Big Shirley, there's hope for you. You can actually get to that dress size 2 or 4 with a six-pack. Not a six-pack of Coca-Cola, You can get there. You can do it, Shirley. You can do it. When you wish upon a star.
Okay, so we just saw this conversation go down, and it's actually pretty crazy when you think about it. This woman calls in basically saying, you can do literally anything if you work hard enough. Kevin's like, hold up. Can you outrun aging? Can you change how your body works? Can you break the laws of physics? And she goes, yes, I can do all that. And that's where it gets wild. So here's the thing. We grow up hearing this stuff all the time, right? Follow your dreams. Anything is possible. You can be whatever you want. But then you get older and reality hits different. You realize some things just aren't going to happen, no matter how hard you try. Kevin's getting mad because so many people live in this fantasy world now. They'd rather believe in impossible stuff than deal with what's actually real. And this is messing people up. We act like admitting you can't do something makes you weak, but that's wrong thinking. Think about it like this. If you know you're never going to be tall enough for the NBA, you don't spend 10 years trying out. You find something else you're actually good at. You put your time into stuff that makes sense. That's not giving up. That's being smart about your life. The people who get this early are the ones who actually succeed. They don't waste years chasing impossible dreams. They focus on things they can actually achieve. When you accept what you can't do, something cool happens. You stop wasting time on fake goals. You get really good at the stuff you can control. You make better choices. You don't burn out trying to be someone you're not, and you end up happier because you're not constantly disappointed. Kevin's not saying don't work hard. He's saying work hard on things that actually make sense. Put your effort where it can actually pay off. But this caller couldn't handle hearing that. She wanted to keep believing she could do absolutely anything, even when that's just not how life works.